Look, you're lucky you switch your hours from 4 to 6. If you were still doing mornings. Yeah, right.
I don't know how I used to do that because I did fucking hang out and go out drinking and shit. But I would go home after the show and go to sleep, and then I'd just kind of stay up all night, and then maybe a nap between 4 a.m. and 5, and then go to the show and do the show. Morning radio, as everyone knows, is the shittiest lifestyle you can have.
It's the most money, but the shittiest lifestyle.
Right. You're getting paid the most. It's the flagship show usually of whatever station you're on. I feel like I have like something on my nose, and I swear it's not Coke. But I was always fucking tired. You can't really hang out at the normal time everybody else is. You're awake when everyone's asleep and vice versa. So, yeah, everybody that does morning radio knows that. And once you get out of it, you're just like, thank God I did my stint.
Yeah, and then the weekend, if you stay up late Friday, then you stay up late Saturday, then you try to force yourself to go to sleep early on Sunday, and you can, so you're tossing and turning all Sunday night because you stayed up late those other 2 days. So Monday morning, you're on 4 hours sleep, and you're miserable.
Right, you're fucked on Monday, regardless of what you do.
Maybe by Tuesday morning, you start feeling okay.
Yeah. Settle back into it, and then it just starts all over again. And, I mean, it was fun and all. That's the only reason I could think of getting up that fucking early.
I had a show. When I got out of college, I had a morning show in Jersey on this little station. It was only like 100 watts. I was on from 6 to 10, Monday through Friday. It paid me $100 a week.
Right.
I had to go to bed. I was like fucking 23. I had to go to bed at like 9 o'clock every night. Miserable.
That's like party time.
Yeah.
You're in college.
Yeah, I went to one concert one time, and I was miserable because I knew it wasn't going to end till 11. I'm like, I'm going to fuck up my sleep. I did it for like 6 months. I hated it. I'm like, this sucks.
Your watch,
Yeah.
You're out to dinner, and you're like, got to get home. I can't do this. I can't. Yeah, fuck that. So I'm like, when I invented this place, I'm like, fuck it. Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. sounds like a time I can make it to work.
Now it's great because it doesn't even matter if a show's on in the morning or the afternoon. You listen to it whenever you want.
People
watch it whenever you want. Yeah.
People. The good thing about this is we all do a live show at first, which is cool. I like having the live element and people being able to take phone calls from people and shit like that. But anybody wants to watch it any time. It's not like, oh shit, I didn't catch it live, I can't see it. No, they'll fucking watch it later, whatever. That's, podcasting kind of changed all that. There are some people that still adhere to these weird radio habits, I guess, that just have nothing to do with podcasting. You don't have to tease anything, really.
You don't have to tease anything. A podcast could be 38 minutes or an hour and 46.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be this exact thing. You don't have to recap the audience of what's happening. I remember that was a whole big thing, top of the hour, okay, it's 9 a.m., and you'd be like, if you just tuned in, we were talking to this about this and that, reset the table, as they say.
Yeah.
No, you'd rewind it. Let me hear what happened. I'll just rewind the fucking thing. Yeah, radio is...
That's why I hated it, because it was like, whatever. It was almost like a light FM station, so I had to play like Phil Collins solo shit, which is horrific. And then, 15 minutes, you got like a minute to give the weather, the time.
Yeah.
And, maybe something else or whatever. And then back talk the song or whatever like that. But you had it maybe 45 seconds every 15 minutes. I'm like, I try to throw a joke in there. The program director's like, you can't make any jokes. I go, why? I go, what the fuck am I doing this for? I don't want to play Susu Studio. Fucking song sucks.
That's what, I guess Howard Stern could be blamed for so many people that wanted to talk on the radio because, you grow up, you listen to Howard and you go, fuck, that looks like an awesome job.
Yeah.
Then you get a job in radio and this douchebag's telling you to play Studio.
Yeah.
Studio. And you're like, what the fuck, man? I want to talk. I got some shit to say. It's like, no, you don't do that.
I remember I snuck in Aerosmith Dream On because I figured, all right, it's a slow song.
Yeah.
And like, you can't play Called like on the phone. You can't play that. He was listening in the car. I go, why?
Yeah, why not?
I go, it doesn't fit the format. I go, it's a fucking slow song. Everybody knows Aerosmith Dream On.
Yeah.
He's like, you cannot just play your own songs. I'm like, this
because
blows.
they have to justify, the program director has to
Right.
justify, he writes out the list. So if you could just play anything, what does that mean his job is?
Right,
Fucking useless.
Yeah, meanwhile, everyone listeners are like, holy shit, Aerosmith.
Yeah.
All right, finally.
Wow. I haven't heard this one in a while on this station.
Yeah, good enough to hear fucking Open Arms, in between Susu Studio.
Some solo Steve Perry. Yeah.
Oh, Sherry.
Yeah. That was Oh Sherry. Oh my God. Yeah, the good old days. No, and it's
that made me do comedy because I was like, I got to get out of this. I go, that's what I wanted to do, and I said, because I was already starting to write jokes. I go, I got to get up on stage and do this. I don't want to listen to fucking anyone. And then when I got up there, I go, I'm going to be my own boss the rest of my life.
Yeah, and look.
It's
You're
fucking great.
Fucking boss. The rest
my
of
own
your
boss.
Life.
Do what I tell my kid all the time. I go, I do whatever I want when I want. That's what you need to do. You got to find a job. We don't have to fucking listen. Maybe you got to listen to somebody the first 10 or 15 years, and when you work. But after that, fucking don't listen to anybody.
You got to play the long game.
Yeah,
get in there. Yeah. While you're working on your shit, you have to work for someone.
Yeah, and you got to do it. You got to take the bullet, meet him. I go, it's like a relationship. It's like having a cunt girlfriend,
right?
You know what I mean? But she got a good, nice place to live, and you got no other options. So you just stay with her. But eventually, I'm going to make a move at some point.
And I was never good at what I was supposed to be doing when I worked for a living.
Right.
I was good at doing it when I finally did it, but I was so. I didn't want to work.
No, you're just indifferent. I'm like, whatever. What do I got?
Yeah.
Any way I could cut corners.
Right.
On the construction job, I'll go to the Home Depot to go get the more nails. Yeah. And then I'd be gone for like 45 minutes. I might fucking hanging out at 7-Eleven in the parking lot, drinking a big gulp like, this sucks. I go, the fucking line at Home Depot, there was one lane open the whole time. Yeah, the guy had to go in the back and get the nails. Whatever.
Dude, there's always an excuse. I would do that constantly. It's like before I'd leave the shop to go to the job, I'd love it if the foreman said something like, oh, you got to stop off at Granger and pick up a ventilation fan because that's got to go in there. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is
I'll go get it.
An hour and a half that I won't be working.
Yeah, isn't it great?
Just go in, Stern on the radio. I got the fucking New York Post I'm reading, sitting in the parking lot at Granger. And, that's the least I could do and not get fired. That was pretty much, and I failed at that a few times. The least I could do, and I got fired because I was doing the least I could do. So I knew that I wasn't cut out for doing real work. No way.
The same with me. Like even on the construction site, like the measure stuff, I didn't want to learn the tape measure. So I'm not doing this the rest of my life. So if we measure in sheetrock, I'll go, hey, it's 3 feet. A 1/4 inch and 2 notches. I didn't want to know what was 2 notches after. I wouldn't learn it. He goes, "What? It's whatever." I go, "I don't care. It's 2 notches, after 3 feet and a 1/4 and 2 notches."
It's 230 and 2 more numbers.
It was his notches. I don't give a fuck. This isn't going to be my career.
First of all, you know what the fuck I mean. So what does it matter? 2 notches.
Yeah, it's 2 notches after.
What am I, an apprentice here?
Yeah, because the guy be like, you got to get a real tool belt. I'm like, I don't want a real tool belt. I don't want a chalk thing. Remember the chalk thing?
Chalk.
I don't want
a line.
Yeah, I got a hammer and a screwdriver. I can make it through the day with this shit.
You didn't want to fucking have the square pencil behind your ear?
I didn't want that. I didn't want the fucking level, the little level and your fucking tool. I didn't want that shit because then I'm like, all right, I'm in this 100% in if I bought all that shit.
Now I'm invested in being this.
Yeah.
No, I tool belt. You bring that up because it was one of the guys. I was the helper, and you had the job, the guy that was the big shot on the job, and he'd say, I remember him saying this in the morning. Set shit up, have your egg sandwich or something. They'd be like, all right, suit up. Oof. And he meant like put your fucking belt with your tools and your nail apron and fucking like you're going into a battle. And it was just, I'd hear that and go, So I would just take my shitty nail apron, wrap that around me. I didn't have a belt. I dropped my hammer in the string to the nail apron.
Right, yeah, that would hold it. Yeah.
Hold it. Yeah. I didn't give a shit. And he'd constantly be like, why don't you fucking get a hammer loop? and a belt and stuff. It's like, because, I don't want to do this.
No.
If I was psyched for this, I'd have an ultimate set of tools.
Yeah.
But, couldn't be bothered. Not fucking be bothered.
One time there was this guy that on the construction site, he fucked over my brother. It was my brother with Buddy's house or whatever. And he fucked him over and he left his car there. I don't know, for like 2 weeks straight, he just left it on the site. And he left it open. So every morning I'd go in there after I'd eat like a fucking fried egg sandwich and I would shit in his car. I would sit in there and just I shit like 7 different times in his car, in his front seat, on the steering wheel, in the back. Every morning I go in there. I'd hang off over the, because he had the sections. So I'd hang over. I'd shit right in the back seat. Every morning I go in there.
And I guess did he know?
When he came, he fucking flipped out. And my brother was like, I don't know, dude.
Because he wouldn't come back every day.
No, he left it there for like 2 weeks.
Oh, God, so 2 weeks worth of shit.
2 weeks worth of shit. And then when he came, I wasn't there. My brother, the guy was screaming. He's like, I don't fucking know, dude. You left your car here. You owe me money. I'm going to fucking sue you.
Only the fucking concrete guys. They're savages. I love it. Oh, God. Yeah, there were things that you would just do to fuck with people that either fucked you over or even as a joke. You know,
that's all you had to do.
You had. And if you were a funny guy or, you would play jokes on the other trades.
This one kid was like fucking a redhead. He couldn't be out in the sun for more like 10 minutes. So we sent him on the roof the first day. It was my brother-in-law. My sister just married him. He was like 20 years old, this kid.
Oh, poor
fucking, yeah. And we go, yeah, start working on the roof, put the shingles on. He goes up there. It's fucking like 95 in August, a sunny day. And then we took the ladder away and left him up there till 1 in the afternoon.
To just cook.
Just cook. We took the ladder. Come on, dude. He couldn't jump off. He would have broken both legs. I'm like, nah, we'll put the ladder up when we feel like
it.
It's funny.
It's just a joke. He'll get over it. Like skin cancer or some shit.
The best was there was this shitty house they were working on. My brother used to buy these shitty houses. We had to fix them up and sell them. So there's a refrigerator in this old school refrigerator, right? So I open it up. I'm looking to see if there's anything. There's an empty ice cube tray. So I'm like looking around. I'm like, whatever. So I piss in the ice cube tray. Why? No reason. Zero reason.
I knew that was coming.
So I fill it up with fucking piss, and I just throw it back in the freezer. Okay, nothing. Don't think anything of it. Cut to 2 weeks later. We're all sitting around having lunch in this fucking house. It's like 90 degrees. And one of the guys, my friend Vinny, he's fucking big. He could kick my ass. He's drinking iced tea, and I hear the ice. I go, where'd you get the ice? He goes, there was some ice in the freezer.
Oh, no, dude. And now you can't fucking.
No, I go, really? He's like, yeah, man, there was ice here. Thank God, man. Yeah, there was a tray in there. I'm like, oh, cool. I never said anything because he would have killed me.
Yeah, he would kill you.
You know when I broke it to him? Like 20 years later, he comes to see me at the Stress Factory. It's his 40th birthday. He brings like 20 people, his family, his kids. I broke it to him on stage. On stage, I told him.
Did he do it?
They were holding him back. He tried to get to the stage to fucking fight me. He's like, you got to fucking stop telling that story. He's still on stage. He's my plumber. He's my friend. You got to stop telling that. I told his kids. I'm like, you drank my piss. Get over it.
No one wants to hear that you drank.
Yeah, I'm like, you're R. Kelly. You drank my piss. Why? Why would I do that?
Because it was funny. It's just something. You'd get so bored on those sites that you have to do something. I knew one of the electricians would just, this was really twisted. He rigged up the 220 onto a metal plate where if the rats that were in this building stepped on it, they would get electrocuted.
Right.
And then for lunch, we would just sit there throwing like food onto it, eating the sandwich, waiting for a fucking rat to come out and electrocute itself. It's like, okay. Like, what? How is that entertainment for anyone normal?
Right. I know.
Like, no normal person would sit there and go, yeah, okay, let's watch the rat fucking die in the electric chair. But, like I said, it wasn't my way of life. That's for fuck sure.
The worst is if you went to lunch and you went to the strip club for beers for lunch.
All the time, yeah.
You never get, there's no work going to be done in the afternoon.
Not coming back to fucking put your, to suit up again.
No, there's no way.
And climb ladders.
Yeah, nothing's getting done in the afternoon. You know, if you got some shit to do, you're like, we can't go to the strip club for beers today because they'd have a buffet. They'd have a free buffet at the strip club from like noon to 2. So like, come on, it's a fucking, we're going to eat lunch for free. Yeah, but you guys are going to go drink. Who knows when you're going to be done.
Yeah. When I was working in the shop, I was working for this place, True Mechanical on Jericho Turnpike out there on Long Island. And for lunch, we used to go across the street, or next door, there was a bar called Doubles, I think, whatever the fuck it was. And it was right next to an OTB. And they serve food and everything at the bar. So we would go there, grab something to eat, and slam drinks down and bet a couple of races.
Right.
The horses. That was like the greatest thing to do. But since it was in the shop where the boss is and everything, we had to go back to work. And we're working on machines that are bending sheet metal and cutting big fucking brakes and shears and shit with a good buzz on. Looking at this thing going, oh, yeah, that'll rip your fucking hand right off. Right off, you know. Yeah, you just didn't, you know. The thought of just working every day, the hours you were supposed to be there, completely sober, taking the lunch break for the amount of time you were supposed, all that shit was just, I couldn't do it.
I go in, like, if I have to do, like, morning radio early or something like that, I go into 7-Eleven at, like, 7 a.m., and I see all those construction workers going in there and getting a coffee and a bagel with fucking butter on it. I'm like, holy shit. This fucking bring back memories. You're sitting in the truck outside.
You think you could have been. Or...
I know, and you know you got a long day ahead of you.
Yeah.
7:30 to 5 out in the sun.
Or in the cold, freezing fucking cold.
Right. Oh, the freezing cold. Brutal.
Through because there's no siding on. So you just got the place is framed out, and the wind is howling through the fucking. And then I'm the sheet metal guy, and the sheet metal was always had to be 20 degrees colder than the air anyway.
Right.
And you try to hold that up, like, all right, hold it up there while I screw it in, and you're just getting frostbite. And then you couldn't wear gloves because you had to pick these little drill screws, sheet metal screws, out of the stupid apron, put them in the chuck of the Makita, and put it in the hanger. So you're holding this up with your bare hands, which are now turning white and blue, and you can't feel your fingertips. Unless, of course, you reached in and one of those fucking little drill screws would go right up your fingernail.
Oh.
Dude, I can't tell you how many times. Like, what are the odds of that happening 20 times in a day?
Right, those little screws, right? Like this big?
Yeah, little fucking, and sharp things. Because you drive them right through there. And I'm like, I just can't do this. I can't fucking do this. Yeah. I left the site a couple of times because of an injury. Not even because I couldn't continue, but I just got so mad. I'm like, fuck this. Fuck this. There were these, you know the hung ceilings? When they go to put them in, they just hang the wires down.
Yeah.
And they're really long at first. They have to laser it out and cut them the right length, bend them, and then put the
drop ceiling in.
And then you put the drop pieces in.
Well, we have to get the ductwork up there. Usually we like it before the wires are even there. But since the wire was there, we could still get it up. So I go to push up one of these things. One of the things, the wires hanging down, hits me like this and goes right in my arm. Oh. I go to put, because I'm trying to push the duct up, and I go, whoa, wham, right in my arm. I go, fuck. I had to pull, like pull it out. I'm looking, I get a little gush, and I get some duct tape because, you know, that's in abundance. I put that on, and it wasn't my boss, but it was like the next level up from me, supervisor, job, fucking whatever. And he starts laughing. He's like, bitch, you did it. I was like, bit me? Fuck fuck this, fuck. I just left. I did. And I've done that a couple of times. I did that a couple of times after I cut myself, making a little, like a Z bracket or something, and I was drill screwing it into something, and the screw caught, and it just spins around and goes, foop, because now it's a saw. Now you just have a handheld saw. And I'm trying to.
Oh, yeah.
And it grabbed into it.
Those little screws were tough to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like this big, right? That was for the.
And once they went in, once it hit the head, it would spin the whole thing around. It was very hard to strip those out, even in sheet metal. And it was just, I'd had it.
And, also they didn't have like the Under Armour they have now where you could just wear like the shit underneath and you're not even cold. Like I've gone to football games in Green Bay in fucking December. Get that Under Armour shit. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm not gonna feel nothing. They didn't have that shit. I put 4 pairs of socks on.
No, I wear my pajamas.
Fucking 3 sweatshirts and a heavy coat. Fucking 2 gloves. My fingers are fucking freezing.
Layers. Put on some layers.
And that was always a bad idea because your feet sweat.
Yeah.
I put like 3 pairs of socks on. My feet sweat, so of course it's going to get ice cold.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, oh, God, yeah.
This is terrible.
I couldn't fucking, I don't know. God bless you guys.
I know.
That fucking do that. I don't know how you fucking do it. Well,
I know you got shit to do.
Yeah, do they bolt on you? Is Aaron still around?
Is Aaron still here?
I think he bolted out on you.
I think he might be outside smoking a cigar or something.
Okay. I know you got to get to some shit. Yeah.
Whatever. But I mean, we'll book you to have you on. I love.
I think I'm coming on in a couple weeks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Well, thanks for popping in, though, and for reminding me of the hell that could have been. That was
one other quick one. So there was this crawl space. You know, the crawl spaces are fucking like this big. And my brother and this other worker had to put insulation in the summertime, 90 degrees, and it's fucking, you know, you just have to crawl like this around.
Yeah, there's nothing, no other way to do it.
It's miserable.
Yeah, itch.
So of course, before they go in there to start the day, I shit in a bag. And I stick it in there. I crawled all the way into the corner, put it all the way over there, and then they didn't smell it that day. Then the next day I did it again. There was 2 bags in there. And they were fucking flipping out. It fucking stinks. I can hear them. It fucking stinks in here. Did somebody shit?
Oh, motherfucker. That is the worst thing. In the tight little spaces or, you know, somebody...
there was so much shit around that they couldn't see the bag.
Yeah, you don't
like
know
it didn't
where
stick
it
out
is.
because there's all cuts, insulation laying around and garbage, so they had no idea. But why would I do that? My own brother.
Seeing him hating that it smells like shit in there.
And the asbestos, he's probably getting cancer from.
Oh, I'm sure. He's mesothelioma.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. It was that fucking itchy shit that there's no way it was fucking
you're
legal.
Wearing a mask. It's okay. Yeah, just like wearing one now is okay. Oh, my God.